Hello flight simmers, hello folks, welcome back to P3D and yeah,
boarded.
welcome back to the iFly
Passengers boarding
737
started.
MAX 8, which we haven't been using in a while, but which still in my opinion is one of the best P3D aircrafts out there, since it's natively made for P3 version 5. It has something to it which the other older aircrafts don't, so I really enjoy flying this bird, and today we are doing some American Airline ops from Austin over to Phoenix. I believe that's a flight time of roughly 2 hours, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2 hours and 13 minutes. So from Texas to Arizona, that's the deal today. I haven't really checked the weather yet, but I basically expect clear skies throughout all the flight, as we typically have in Texas and also in Arizona. And yeah, let's start by having a look at the at Navigraph, at the flight plan. So here we are on this view. So it's pretty standard from Austin to Phoenix. Nothing special at all. I am flying on historic time with historic weather, so there's no use in looking at the weather here in Navigraph. But we will check it out in a second with the active sky menu. And right, so here in Austin we have 2 runways available. I guess we're gonna use 36 left or 18 right, since it's just closer, depending on the winds. Let's see, and then we fly the mucky departure. Yeah, quite typical for US. So we start out on a heading, and then whenever we get the instructions, or today since we are flying offline, whenever we feel comfortable, we go direct PADA, and this should be pretty standard. And then we are flying the Pinnack 1 arrival. Don't know the transition yet. Yeah, here's Pinnack. So loads of constraints, also quite typical for the US. The arrival routes are fairly simple compared to Europe, since you can leave it in LNAV VNAV and it just takes you down specifically on what you are required to do. So that's quite nice. Yeah, so that's a very short introduction to today's routing. And I guess we can jump into the flight deck and get going. We are starting from cold and dark together. I think it's fun firing up the aircraft together. And let's have a quick look around. It's an old scenery here in Austin, but it's not that bad. It's an imaginesim, which is usually quite nice. And given that this has been around for many years, it looks very decent in my opinion. Right, so let's get going. Yeah, so just very annoyingly, we do have the light from the jetway, which just brightens up. Yeah, so this is what it usually looks like. Let's see if we can get the jetway disconnected very soon. I think that would be good. Right, starting on the overhead, we will just fire up. So battery switches coming on, emergency exit lights are coming to armed. Those lights are nav, or steady rather. We are on external air conditioning, so that's fine. I think then we don't switch on the packs, if I'm not mistaken. Right, then our RDSs, of course. Nav and nav. And so we have this very extensive menu here where we can do everything. It should be refueled. That's in kilograms, so let's switch this around. I sure want pounds today. Oh, that's annoying. Sorry, that was a battery discharging. I thought ground power was connected, but of course it was not. That was my bad. Right, so where can I switch this around to pounds? Okay, now I find it. It's on panel style, and then you need to go to USS, and then you got pounds. Okay, 16.8 pounds on board. Luckily, this took me so long that boarding is completed, so we can get rid of the jetway already. It's fairly convenient. Let's close up everything like that, and then we can undock the jetway, and then we get rid of the annoying lighting. Alright, now let's continue with the setup. So we get the GPS position like this. Route. Not sure if we can request it to Phoenix. If not, we will just enter it manually. It's not a lot of no, let's copy. That's not it. Alright, I guess we will just enter it manually, but before we do this, we need to check the weather, so we know where to depart. 020 at 9, so we will depart towards the north. Oh, it's just 2 degrees. Holy cow, it's cold outside. I didn't even notice. It looks so warm, but in fact it's quite cold. Okay, but cold but very nice weather. So we will depart 36 left on the mucky that was. Then we are direct Juliet Charlie Tango. Then on Juliet 86 to Echo Lima Papa. And then direct Diver. It's Delta Romeo Romeo Victor Romeo. Interesting waypoint. And then we will fly the I don't know, should we look up with the winds? Then we have a rough idea what to expect in Phoenix. That's 120 at 5. Let's just do 07. Let's go 07 right for now, and then we can switch it up later on. And that's gonna be the ping arrival coming from Devere. Right. So that's the routing. Flying American Airlines 2042 or 2042, as you would say in the States. Performance. So zero fuel weight needs to be set correctly. That's not the one we need to have. Right, so we should have 126.6. That's the right one. Reserves will be 4.2. Cost index, I don't know, Simproof has used 9, which is very low, but we can go with that. 380, like that. And now I'm not sure we can request the winds. Let's try. If not, we will just enter the cruise winds. Okay, cool. That seemed to be working. Let's go back to performance. Okay, there's still some data missing here. Not sure if I enter the winds, if this overwrites anything. We have an ISA deviation of -1. Top of climb. Okay, this apparently is entered automatically. Right, let's roll with that. Okay, so we have that all settled. Then next we can do some takeoff performance calculations. In the meantime, our fuel pump is on already, so let's fire up the APU. And we can be fairly quick, which is good. Okay, so initialize flight. Performance. Copy FMC data. 36 left try. 17 at 9. 36, yeah, I think that's all fine. Takeoff, let's try takeoff 2. That should be enough. Lap 5, aircon on, anti-ice off. Takeoff weight 143.3. Yeah, that's coming from the sim as well. Weight and balance. I'm just looking for the center of gravity. Okay, 25.4. Right, flap 5, D-rate 2, select temperature 44, only 78.9. Holy cow, can we send that over? No, I don't think so. So takeoff to 44, takeoff flap 5, speeds 139, 39, 45, 39, 39, 45, that's set. Okay, so 145 going in here. We do have a runway heading of 355. And yeah, altitude 10,000. That's okay. For the time being, LNAV and VNAV. Sweet. Okay, let's yeah, in fact we could run the pre-flight checklist. So let's do this first. Oxygen is tested 100%. Navigation, transfer and display switches are normal, and auto window heat needs to be on. That is set. Pressurization mode selector auto. 380 is selected. Flight instruments heading 28, 28 at altitude 550. 550, 550 on 3055 is set. Parking brake is on and engine start levers are cut off. Pre-flight checklist is completed. All right, so we have APU power, which is coming on now. Let's put on the seat belts. Then we can go to the ground connections. And make sure to disconnect everything. Disconnect air conditioning and APU's on. Disconnect electric. Just checking that everything is disconnected. It looks okay. So packs, APU bleed. We have the yaw damper. Okay, so we will ask for pushback. And we can run the before start checklist. Flight deck door is closed and locked. Fuel, we have 16.8 thousand pounds on board. There's a tiny little bit in the center tank. No, let's leave it off. I don't think we need to use it. It's so little. Passenger signs are on. Windows are locked. MCP is set at V2 145, heading 355, altitude 10,000. Takeoff speeds are inserted 139, 139, 145. CDU pre-flight is completed. Rudder and aileron trim is 3 and 0. Should be.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for
Taxi and takeoff briefing completed. Anti-collision lights are coming on just now. Yeah, so in the 7.3 there's... I always forget there's one hydraulic pump you typically don't switch on for pushback. I think it's pump A. Let's see if we can find any information here on the system. So I don't know which systems this one is pressurizing. I do imagine that the one for the nose wheel steering should not be pressurized before pushback, but I'm not familiar enough with the 737 to know which one it is. Let's just do it like this, and then we will do pump A after pushback. Let me know in the comments down below. I think there's so many people among you who know the aircraft much better than I do. So if you happen to know how to handle it during pushback, let me know. Okay, parking brake coming off.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright, we are off. And I'm just noticing the outside is so much less noisy compared to the inside. Let's fix that in just a second. But now let's move ahead and fire up those engines. So starting with number 2, we are looking for the motor ring. Let's see if the fan starts spinning. There we go. And now we're looking for the motor ring, which is sort of warming up the engine. And then once it decreases to 25% N2, we can introduce the fuel. Which might take a bit today since it's really cold. I think this is dependent on the outside air temperature. Oh yeah, that takes a long time. So I think that's definitely modeled that it takes longer with colder temperatures, which is very cool.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Right, there we finally go. Okay, 25. Now let's quickly find let's make it a little bit less noisy inside the flight deck. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, starting engine number 1, and this will also take a little bit of time. In the meantime, we can set up our navigation display. So we will have traffic, we will have terrain, and I believe we have the what is it called? Vertical situation display? Is that what it's called? I think it's more useful for the descent. Yeah, I think it really makes no benefit for the takeoff. Let's go traffic. We can go weather over here. Okay, this is coming to RTO. In the meantime, we can set the trim to 5.6. Ah, that's not going yet. Okay, probably due to hydraulics. It's really taking a long time, but there we go. Yeah, so for the taxi it's gonna be super simple, just straight out left and then all the way down to the runway. I'm just thinking maybe since we are on a heading first, maybe we should go a heading select VNAV departure. LNAV armed. Yeah, okay. Maybe it's even gonna pick up the LNAV straight away. Let's see. Okay, hydraulics, propy, those are coming to continuous. Generators 1 and 2. APU we can kill. This is coming to auto. APU bleed comes off. We set flaps 5. Right, there we are. Just noticed my yoke was not properly connected. But there we go. So flap 5, trim 5.6. Like that. And we do a quick flight control check. Full left, full right. Elevator, full up, full down. Rudder, full left, full right. That's checked. Alright, before taxi checklist. Generators are on, propede is on, anti-ice is not required. Engine start switches are continuous. Recall is checked. Outbreak is RTO. Flight controls are checked. Engine start levers idle. Ground equipment is clear. Before taxi check is completed. Right, let's get going. Alrighty, coming up to runway 36 left, and yeah, I've decided to deselect LNAV. I don't want it to interfere during departure and do anything unexpected, so let's do it on heading. Transponder is set TARA so we can complete the before takeoff checklist. Flaps are set to position 5, green light, and stabilizer trim is set to 5.6 units. We have checked that earlier, so before takeoff checklist is completed, now we just need to make sure that AI traffic is not interfering with us. Seemed like they were landing the opposite direction, which is annoyingly quite often what AI traffic is doing. Can't really help it. Right, but there's not this airport is not so super busy, so I think we might be lucky. Let's look outside. Yeah, at least I can't see anything. So we should be good. Let's call it clear for takeoff. Strobes are coming on. Oh, flashing. Should we go yeah, let's go flashing lights, of course. Let's do the flashing ones.
Approaching 3-5 left.
It's kind of hard to see that they're actually flashing, but I think they are. Right. Good stuff. Should we keep it rolling? I think we should. I think we should.
3-5 left.
Right. %, and takeoff. Timer. Did it work? Now it worked. Okay. $80 knots. Ooh, that's quick. And this is below 80% N1. This is so crazy. Engines are so powerful. It's short takeoff 1, re-1, rotate. Let's go flying. Ah, that was a nice one. Really, really nice. Gears coming up. Not too bad. Climb power, I feel like I should still on heading, I should have a flight director bar. Ah, it's why did it deselect? Interesting. Easy. Oh, the trim is very sensitive. Right. Taxi and takeoff lights. Nice, very good stuff. Flaps 1. Speed check flaps 1. Let's do some manual flying, so let's go left hand turn. And flaps up, speed checked. Let's quickly go direct. PADA, execute, LNAV. And flaps, yeah, flaps up. Yeah, crazy climb performance. I do find the engine sound to be a little low. However, I've not been in the max in real life, so I not sure. Maybe it is even that silent, but it sounds a little bit muted. Okay, 250 knots. Let's pitch for speed. Let's turn right. I can do the direct again. Then we don't have to overshoot the turn too much. Now the flight director is coming back in. I'm still of the opinion this is one of the best handling aircrafts in P3D. It's incredibly easy to follow the flight director, which is nice. Okay, command. Command is set. Let's keep climbing. 380 is set. Those are coming to off. Climbing like a bat out of hell. Nice, very cool. Okay, after takeoff checklist, engine bleeds are off. Packs are auto, landing gear is up, and flaps are up. No lights after takeoff checklist completed. That's 250 knots right there. .274. Yeah, okay, maybe with a low cost index we have today, maybe that's accurate. Okay, right. I would say that's that for the departure. This needs to be off, and yeah, let's hope for a nice cruise, and then let's hope for an even better landing into Phoenix. Enjoy. So here we are, folks, descending towards Phoenix, and yeah, one thing to note, you can read cabin altitude warning up on the dash, but we need to disregard that. So what seemed to happen here is I saved the flight and loaded it, so I picked it up at a later point, And when I loaded the flight, everything worked fine. So I could load panel state and route from the EFB, worked really nice. Only thing that's really messed up is the cabin altitude. It shot up to like above 50,000 cabin altitude, and since then it's just steadily declining, but it's still way out of line. I've now manually opened the valve, assuming that when it's open it kind of decreases towards our real altitude, but it's very slow. So yeah, we will just leave it open. Eventually it will come back to the altitude, to the outside altitude at some point in time. But yeah, just for you to be aware of. And yeah, let's look at the charts. We are planning an approach on runway 08. So this is the airfield. We do park up on the northern part of the terminal, so I think 08 is more convenient for us today. And we're flying the pink arrival. Let's check out where we are right now, into Wigwam, whatever it's called. And so we will be flying out past Neely, and then get ourselves some own vectoring, some self-directed vectoring onto the final approach. And yeah, in terms of LNAV, VNAV, super simple as always in the States. It's just being guided down very easily. Then it's eventually normal ILS. Yeah, nothing too crazy really. Go around would be to the left, climbing to 5,000. But other than that, I would say that's a pretty standard approach, I guess. And yeah, what else? So we will land flap 30. That's 137 plus 5 makes it 142. Auto brake 3 should easily do. So we just need a tiny bit of reverse thrust. I've pulled up the airport map. I think it's convenient once we're down on the ground. And what else? Yeah, we're on local altimeters 2987. We can check out the weather together, see what it's like. Yeah, so no wind at all just now, so that's 0 at 0. Temperature 19, 2998, 6 even. So let's bring this down one more notch. Right, so that's the plan. It's getting a little bit bumpy now. Interesting. Yeah, and I'm kind of I haven't been flying in P3D in the United States in a very long time, but I have to say the United States look fairly realistic with the ORBX edition, of course, that is. But I think it's better compared to other regions, or maybe it's just it's more unique. It's easier to recognize. Yeah, I don't know. I really enjoy it. I'm surprised by how good this looks, and also with the clouds here. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to a nice approach. And only danger out there, if we can call it that, is the AI traffic, which is famous for messing with us on our approach. But let's see. We will handle them as they come. Alright, 1000 to go. We can descend a bit further. We go down to... sorry, it's the sound of the aircraft disappearing every time I click outside the primary display. So we go down to 7,000. And then we're gonna sit at 7,000 for a couple of waypoints. Right, descent checklist I've completed earlier, and approach checklist, altimeter set 2985. We're passing 10,000 right now, so let's put them on. Let's check our cabin altitude. Okay, 35. It's getting there. It's getting there. Taking a really long time. I do wonder what happens down on the ground when we eventually open the doors. I wonder if we get rapid cabin compression. Something like that. I don't know what's gonna happen there. Right, so there's some traffic around. Climbing out. also some traffic on the approach, I think. Yes, there's some traffic on the approach. Yeah, so let's see. Alright, this looks very convenient for us since there's no traffic on the radar. So let's actually go down to 4,000, flight level change, speed to 10, and we go heading select and we turn north for the time being. Or 350. Yeah, let's go 360. And then we can intercept the localizer before Jamil, and Jamil altitude 4,000 is required, but we can get there. 210 knots, 15 miles out. Yeah, slightly below the glide slope, but this will work out just fine, I believe. Let's go ahead, arm speed brakes. And going heading 050. This should turn out to be spot on vectoring, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, now below the glide slope, perfect. Arm the localizer. And let's go flaps 1, 1000 to go. Come on, where's the localizer? There we go, perfect approach. Glide slope is captured. Go altitude 5000 is set. Let's go flap 5. Speed 170 knots. FPS are dropping. Why is that? I don't think I'm demanding a whole lot from my sim here, but okay, let's see, maybe it gets a little bit better getting closer to the ground. Okay, seems like the DME reading is at the end of the runway, and that is indeed the case. So we're just like 6 or 7 miles out. Let's go flap 10, speed check flaps 10. Let's throw out the gear. Flap 15. Speed 142 is set. And flaps 30, landing checklist. Engine start switch, oh I forgot them. Continuous, those lights need to be on as well. Are continuous, speed brakes armed, landing gears down, flaps at 30 green light, landing checklist completed. And let's do some flying. Yeah, so we could use the HUD, but I don't know, always during daytime. I kind of prefer flying it without the HUD. I don't know what you guys think. What's your favorite way to do it? Also, would be interesting to know what airline ops typically say to this, but I'm assuming it's really up at pilot's discretion. Everything else would surprise me. But if anyone of you happens to know how SOPs treat the HUD, do let me know. I would be very curious to find out. A little bit low. Okay, back on flight.
Approaching minimum. 300.
And this aircraft really handles well.
Minimum.
I really like the feel of it. Continue. Tiny bit low, but it's okay. Yeah, this actually looks quite nice.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
And come on, bring it down. There we are. Decel, reverse green. Nice. Manual braking, idle forward. And yeah, let's take the next one. Cool, welcome to Phoenix, everyone. That wasn't too bad. I really enjoyed that landing, and I'm just noticing right now I forgot to start Volanta, so we don't have a touchdown rate. Sorry about that. But we might just have a replay in store. Okay, let's do a quick cleanup. Speed brakes back down, auto brake off. Reset. I guess we can switch the flight directors off. Those come off. Landing lights. Goes to steady. Holy cow. Do we have an airport map on here? No, we don't. Okay. Weather radar's coming off. What do we have over here? No, that's just traffic. That's okay. And yeah, we will continue straight ahead for a little bit further. And then we will have one of the alpha stands, I believe it is. Let me double check the charts. Yeah, so Alpha 4, and we take Kilo inside the apron, okay. Let's do Alpha 4, no American. And we can continue on Bravo for a little bit longer. Good stuff. Okay, APU. And cabin altitude. Holy cow, still 20 something thousand. Oh, why is that yellow? Why do we have a master caution? Okay, I don't know. Oh, holy shit, I'm just noticing I've taxied too far. We need to go in there. Although the other Americans are over there, which is a bit weird, but I looked up on flight radar where this aircraft parked up, and it seemed to be in the alpha stance. Alright, there's Alpha 4 coming up. Taxi lights. Yeah, so this is the Flightbeam scenery, which is quite old, I guess, but it is really high detail, very high quality. It's like one of those sceneries which I got a long time ago, but I hardly ever used. So I'm actually quite happy that today we get the chance to use it. Look at this, even the tire markings for turning into the stand are on here. I love these little bits and details on the apron. I think that was not the very best final turn. Still so far to go. No, it's not quite. So let's, yeah, 737. Last marking. I think we're just getting there. Oh, without adding any power or brakes, we just made it to this spot. Perfect. Perfect. Parking brake is coming on. APU bleed. FPS are still bad here. That's strange. Okay, killing the engines. Very good stuff. Hydraulics. Propede. Window heat can come off as well, I guess. APU bleed. And fuel pumps. Right, now it's gonna be interesting if we will destroy the aircraft. So we still have a cabin altitude of 25,000 feet. Let's go isolation valve open. Okay, and that's just in between the pegs, I guess, so it does not have an impact just yet. Let's run the shutdown checklist first. So fuel pumps are off, propede is off, hydraulic panel is set, flaps are up, parking brake is set, engine start levers are cut off, weather radar is off, shutdown checklist completed. And now ground support, chocks, electric, air conditioning set. Let's ask for deboarding. And now let's see what happens. Let's start with, yeah, left forward door. Doors opening. Ooh, and we just went back to 0. That was rather uneventful, but okay. At least we got this issue fixed now. Alright, so here we are, folks. Welcome once again to Phoenix. And yeah, thanks for tuning in on this 737 MAX 8 flight. That was fun flying this aircraft after quite a long time. And yeah, I still think it's a really good aircraft. It performs really well. It comes with surprisingly basically no bugs, and I think they only brought one little update after release to this aircraft, which is a bit of a pity. I was hoping that they keep working on this aircraft for a longer time, but given that, it really works well without any major hiccups. So it's fun to fly. Really cool stuff. Alright guys, we will call this the day. And yeah, thanks for tuning in as always, and I appreciate all your likes and subscribes, and I will meet you on the next one. Take care everyone, and see you next time. Bye bye.